Here we go into the studio. Isn't it nice that it is the weekend? Happy Saturday. I don't know about you, but it was just a long week, right? It just was a long week. I don't know if it's the days. You know what? That might be it actually. The days are getting shorter. Oh, and I'm enjoying it. In the morning, it's a little different. You know, the sun is not up until about 6:40 now here in Colorado. But anyway, I think that might be having a little impact on why I just feel a little tired and just need a little break this weekend, but not before getting you my thoughts on the next commuter shoe. Here it is, the Hoka Challenger ATR6, okay? Hoka Challenger ATR6, there it is on your screen. Oh my goodness. Here's the crazy thing. I thought that this shoe was gonna be more of a trail shoe and mountain shoe. So here is the footage from the first day of testing, two 14ers actually, Grays and Tories here in Colorado. And that was maybe a little bit of a mistake, taking this shoe up some 14,000 foot mountains. I expected the grip on the outsole to do a little better up there. And let's dive into the drop. So this shoe is so new, there's no information anywhere on the internet. If you can find information about the drop and the weight of the shoe, let me know. Like, I did a lot of research and I couldn't find anything. So the Challenger 5, so the 2019 iteration of this shoe, was a 5mm drop. I bet this is a 5mm drop as well. That's kind of what it feels like underfoot as I'm running. So, and I'm gonna say again, from 2019, they were at a 31 and a 26 for the stack height. Don't quote me on that. As soon as, hopefully, by the time I take this shoe to 50 miles, I will have more information for all of you. And same goes for the weight of the shoe, men's size 9, women's size 8. I couldn't find any information out there. Now, it's not available yet, just so you know. The Challenger 5 is available down below, and well, here it is on your screen right now, the Challenger 5. I'm guessing that this price is gonna drop down soon, so you're getting my gut reaction right now to the Hoka Challenger ATR 5 in my size, 9.3 ounces in my size, and we're gonna go with 264 grams. There is my score for the weight of the Challenger ATR6. For that upper, we're looking at a dual layer mesh. All right, pretty breathable. Not the highest breathability for a trail shoe, but pretty breathable. But then again, for trail shoes, like compared to road shoes, you want a trail shoe that doesn't allow too much grit and grime and trail dust to get through that upper. So I'm not overly surprised that the toe box didn't feel incredibly breathable out there. It is a semi-gusseted tongue. I like that. I'm gonna go quite plush. Maybe not the most plush trail shoe I've tested in 2020, but it definitely is a plush. Collar of the shoe, heel tab, heel counter in general, inside, and the liner is not crazy slick. I didn't feel like I was slipping around inside that inner liner. It does have a pull tab there, and let's do, oh wow. I don't know if I did this inside. I don't think I did when I was filming the shoe. Wow. Okay, that's a stout heel counter, just so you know. So my heel was, okay, I'm gonna come to the fit in a minute, but my heel was, I felt pretty locked down, but I'm surprised at how stiff that heel counter actually is. Lastly, on the upper is that it has this TPU overlay through the toe box, just again to help keep some of the water and trail dust out of your toe box. Almost forgot to mention about the lockdown, sorry about that. Not a good score for the lockdown. It was crazy. It's amazing, everybody, how critical laces are. Shoelaces. I know, it's like, what? Shoelace is a shoelace, right? No. These shoelaces, at least the ones that I got in the box, they're stiff. They're just a little hard to wrench down. Now, I like a good, solid lockdown, probably more so than a lot of people, and I found it hard to lace up the shoe well. Each time I laced it up, it just was like I struggled a little bit. So anyway, that is a little, and so how the laces react with the eyelet chain is critical. It's just critical, okay? So I'll leave it at that. The lockdown was not amazing. We're looking at a CMEVA midsole, which means it's a compression molded EVA midsole. So that's technical terms for the production process in the factory, how they actually form the midsole. So CMEVA midsole. And here's my score for the ride. It's a soft landing, 100%. And yeah, let's do the durometer test right now. I wasn't feeling a ton of pop, but it was a soft landing, okay? So the overall ride of the midsole was decent, but this is not a let's go out and rip miles on the trails or yes, we'll get to the commuting here in a second, or on the pavement either. This is, for me, it's really falling into the classic daily trainer commuter shoe from the roads to the trail. One last point on the midsole is that on some of the trails I was on, it felt unstable. Don't take this shoe out. I would recommend not running in this shoe out on aggressive trails. I didn't roll my ankle, but it was close a couple times. I just felt a little unstable out there. Not the widest landing compared to some other Hoka trail shoes, but you still have that tall stack height through the heel and the forefoot. Last but not least, onto that outsole. We've got plenty of rubber there through the forefoot, exposed CMEVA midsole right there through the midfoot, and then a little more rubber there through the heel. I think overall they did pretty well with the outsole, keeping in mind that yes, this is definitely a commuter shoe. You could use this in the city and use this on the trails. You could commute from the city into the foothills, but stop at the foothills. Don't go take this shoe up aggressive 14,000 foot mountains. We're looking, I'm going with a 3 to 4 millimeter. Okay, the Challenger 5 was a 4 millimeter lug depth, and I'm gonna stick with that for these lugs as well. They're looking like, to me, 3 to 4 millimeters. Fit, I went true to size, and I was swimming, length was fine, but I was swimming around a little bit through the toe box. A little surprising. Sometimes Hoka's been known for some narrower toe boxes, and I don't know if they made it a little wider in 2020 compared to the Challenger 5. I actually don't have the Challenger 5 anymore here at the house, so I can't compare it, but anyway, a little roomy through the toe box. For comfort, we're gonna go nice, good score for the comfort. Comfortable midsole ride and very, very comfortable upper. Again, very plush all around the ankle. Yeah, very comfortable shoe overall. From a positive and drawback, positive is the seamless transition from the roads to the trails. Seamless. It doesn't feel, you don't feel the lugs. That's the issue with a lot of trail shoes, is you feel the lugs kind of poking into the bottom of your feet when you're taking them on pavement or you're commuting back to your apartment on concrete or whatever the case may be. So the seamless transition, and the drawback again is that lockdown. That's my number one drawback for the Challenger ATR 6. Durability prediction, we're gonna go 400 miles. Not the highest durability score. It really just comes down to that EVA. I can foresee it compressing. And here is the mileage that I've already put into this shoe, and I just see a few creases already showing up through that EVA midsole. Now, how will I use this shoe? Who is it best for? And we're gonna get to the question of the day actually here in 1 second. I will use this shoe for daily training on foothill trails at a, easy day pace. Really, yeah, not a tempo day pace, easy day pace, steezy maybe, all right, steady. Some people have asked recently on Strava, steady plus easy is steezy in my training regimen. So that's how I will use this shoe. And who's it best for? Soft landing and a commuter, okay? And yes, question of the day, this is interesting. Who actually, and because we always talk about commuter shoes, but I don't think I've ever asked this, who actually out there commutes often, or regularly, however you want to define that, in your training regimen from pavement and concrete to dirt, okay? Maybe you live in North New York City and you commute to Van Cortlandt Park, or maybe you're in St. Louis and you commute to Forest Park, or whatever the case, or you live in Denver or Boulder and you commute to the foothills just outside of these cities, or Salt Lake City, or obviously there's places all around the world where there's commuting happening. So I'm really curious to hear, do you actually commute from urban environment to nature? All right, that is the question of the day. And now for the Challenger ATR 5, here is the price point. I am assuming this is gonna be the same price point or very, very close. If so, there is my score on the screen for all of you. And here are some other shoes that I would put into the commuter category for 2020. Some other shoes I would really consider buying again if I was interested in running from pavement, which I actually do quite often here in Denver when I go run from my house here in Denver. So there are some shoes for you to consider in case this shoe is not hitting you right at this point. So overall, final early score, not too shabby, not the highest score, but not too shabby. Again, I think they just need to work on that eyelet chain. And even, I didn't even mention this, it's a little scrunching up. You know how I do not like that. Maybe it's the dual mesh, I'm not sure, but just, excuse me, scrunching up through the toe box and then also there through the eyelet chain. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Onward and upward. Oh man, have a great weekend. Have a great long run if you're getting out there or if you're racing this weekend. I hope it goes well for all of you. All right, we're going to toss it to the Hoka running shoe playlist. Hoka running shoe playlist right there. All the Hoka shoes are right there, right there. All right, onward and upward. Seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.